What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shakira 2 times.
And I'm Liana, and this is
our
our
2
2
cents.
After 10 episodes, we finally
got it. One take wonders.
Woo!
We did that. I'm
We
very
made
proud of
it.
us. Yes. Well,
We did it.
we did it, y'all. We've made it to the altar. And to celebrate, we are dressed as bride and groom.
I'm giving Brittany again.
Yes, again. Oh my gosh.
I feel like she would have wore something like
yes,
this if
because
she
with
would
the
have
fluffy,
made it.
it's the perfect balance. Like, we're eating this up. I feel like if Janelle Monáe were to marry a woman, these are the vibes that they would give. You know?
I love that.
So I love this for us. But yes, we've made it to the altar. This is not the end of our 2 cents, but this is
not.
the end of
Our
Love
first
is,
segment.
Yeah, so I've had such a blast with you.
I know.
It's
we
been
did
so
it.
great.
I'm so
Yes,
proud of
yes,
us. And it
me
was
too.
so fun. Like, I've got to say, I definitely would not have been as invested in this season if it wasn't because we were doing this.
Oh.
But I'm glad I did it with you. This was really fun.
No,
Something
same.
to look forward
Thank
to.
you for bringing the idea to me, and I'm glad that we could collab. It's been long overdue.
For sure.
But let's get into this last episode. First, what are the streets saying? Let's get into trend check.
So, trend check, what I've been seeing, Devin, of course, getting thrown bullets. People are not with Devin. And
No.
you know what? I don't either.
Yeah, they're dragging him to filth, which led me to his Instagram page, where I internally dragged him to filth. His hair has never been combed once. But the biggest thing that stood out to me on the internet is Virginia's sister dragging Devin, like, publicly saying that he was a Trumper, saying that
A dusty
Trumper
And that's
with
my
a bald
new
spot. I
favorite
said that. She
adjective.
didn't. And that he made Virginia pay for every meal. So she's been spilling tea. Saying his tears at the altar were fake. Those are the
What
main
tears?
things I've been seeing. Yeah, tears where those were paid
There was
actors
a tear
that did not show
detector,
up to
and I
set.
saw no droppage.
Not a thing.
I rewound. We all rewound. There was no tears.
No tears.
And the way he instantly was like, like,
Even in the car, the sun was shining bright on you. There was no sign of moisture. Not a sign, no chance of
Sahara
rain.
Desert.
Yeah, so...
but we'll get into that one a little bit more.
Yeah.
Dave is on TikTok now.
Doing what? And saying what?
He created an account to speak his piece. Basically about how he treated Lauren and how he's like, I'm a better guy than that. I'm such a better guy than that. That was just like, that was me being, I don't know, basically being. But
Does he do a sister reveal on his TikTok?
no, I still haven't seen it, but people have found her and have been like sending her, like doing backdrops of her on the picture. So I don't know what's going to come from that, but I'm excited for the reunion.
Me too. So that's pretty much all I've seen with Trend Check.
Yeah.
Not too much, just everybody hates Devin. And like, yeah, that's really all I've seen.
The only other thing is like people are really proud of the girls. Obviously, if you're watching this, spoiler alert, all the girls like pretty much stood on business this season.
They all did.
And I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was really shocked. Like multiple times during this episode, my jaw was dropped. And I was like, I did not see it going that way. I really didn't. But I'm proud of the girlies.
No, I'm very proud of the girlies. So let's get into the episode. So it starts with...
Sarah and Ben.
Thank you. I was going to say, will I get it right? Probably not. Sarah and Ben at the altar. If where we left off, we both said that we thought they would say yes.
Yes, I did think Sarah was going to say yes. And she shocked me.
She shocked me. She stood on business. She said, no, I love you, but it's a no. He seemed to have taken it well, which to me makes me think he would have said no too.
Ooh, maybe. Maybe.
And then, oh, go ahead.
I do think he would have said yeah.
Really?
If he went first, he would have said yes. Because he just was in it for, like, the publicity, I think. So he would have went through with it.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, I guess we'll never know. But yeah, they she said no. And then she made it a point to explain to us, explain to her family that she said no because their morals and values don't align. He had no opinion on Black Lives Matter. And his church was very traditional and did not believe in same-sex marriage. And he had no opinion when it came to that, when she brought that to his attention. So I love that she stood on business. She's been my favorite for various reasons. There are times where she comes off as so ditzy and like maybe she's not seeing the bullshit, but then she shocks us every time. Like, nope, actually, I'm clocking this tea and I know what's going on and I'm not here for it. So
I love her because she gives him a chance to like grow. She'll like, this is what I'm seeing. I don't like this. She gives it like she even went above and beyond to like look at an online church sermon of what the church's opinion is on same-sex marriage. Like she has done her due diligence and it seems like he's not. And so she like gives him that chance to grow and he hasn't showed up.
Yeah.
And that's what she was like waiting for. And she's like, I don't want to do the potential. I don't want to fall in love with potential. And I like love that because I do that all the time. And like she really stood on
that's
business.
what Libras do. It's a Libra thing. Because the Libra men in my life do that too. my boss, he'd be hiring people on potential. But if you're watching this, Rod, it's the truth. Don't cut it out. It's true. But yeah, I mean, you see the best in people. It's not a bad thing. But obviously, yeah, if you're doing a rushed marriage and you're like, you're fast forwarding, like you have to like mentally try to slow down and think things through. And I think she did a great job. So
agreed. And I did notice that I did not see the sister's fiance, wife, or girlfriend, whatever. The sister was there, but
ooh, tea.
I'm just saying, I'll beat that. Okay, and then we moved on to.
Was it Monica and Joey?
It was Monica and Joey.
So again, another example of standing on business. Monica just felt that Joey wasn't feeling her maybe the way that she was feeling him, or that he wasn't expressing that. And she didn't want to say I do to somebody who may have not been all the way in. And I love that for her.
And you could tell that was like, it was a similar situation to standing on business with Sarah, but this was different because she would have said yes. Monica would have said yes, but she stood on business. And like you said, she wants somebody who wants her and will outwardly express that. Like the way that even Joey's family was like, she's really good for you. She's really great. Like they were like trying to convince him of her worth leading up to the marriage. And I'm like, this man is not in it, and she clearly is. So I'm glad she made that decision, even though she didn't want to. She wanted to hear Joey go first, but I'm glad she went first so she could do it for herself. Yeah, and although I really like their bond, I feel like Joey always felt like it was just a friendship. Like I don't think Joey ever felt romantic feelings for her. So I wouldn't be surprised, even though I think he seems like a genuine. Seems like the only genuine guy besides Daniel, honestly, on the show. But I think he went on the show just to do it, to be honest with you. And then he like clicked with somebody on a friendship level and was like, let's run with it. But he made it clear that he was never going to say yes. Like after she admitted it, he was like, yeah, that's for the best. I wasn't going to say yes either. He's very emotionally closed off. And I think he's like that probably with everyone, it kind of seems like. Because even his family was like, I didn't think you were going to ever meet anyone. I was like, oh, if your family is saying that about you, there's with a straight face. Yeah.
Pause. I was slouching so bad the first 10 minutes of this episode. Like my nipple was touching my elbow. I just had to. It's the couch, but I'm like, God damn, sit up. Oh my gosh, like how?
Well, my nipple's out too, so it's fine.
Twins.
Ooh, we're really giving it all this last one.
OnlyFans link invite. Just kidding. Just kidding. But these tariffs and these taxes. But anyway,
might have to. Yeah. I might have to cut this one out, but what did you think about, like, his mom? His mom, like, seemed like she was on some drugs.
Really?
You didn't think so? Oh, yeah. No. I feel bad, but, like, yeah, she looked very, like, drugged up.
Oh, my gosh, I did not notice that.
Sorry if you weren't.
Wow. On some drugs is crazy.
She just seemed very, like, scatterish.
I noticed a lot of older white women develop that shake, though.
Because it's drugs! It's pills!
I thought it was, there's like a disease name. Anyways, maybe it's pills.
Maybe.
Well, don't cut it out. This will be good for TikTok. But, no, I did not notice that. I did notice that he brought out the wheelchair for his sister who passed away.
Sweet.
That was really cute.
That was really sweet. He's like such a
I think he's a great guy, but he just didn't love her like that. And she knew it, and she felt it, and she, like, did the smart thing. So, good for her.
And then, last thing I'll say on it, there was a part at the end of the episode where he's like, that was her saying I love that she loved me at the altar was the first time she said that during the whole process. Yeah. So maybe he was like, she's not opening up either, so I don't feel safe too. And they were both like trying to read each other.
That was really surprising
maybe they'll work
to me
out.
Too. Yeah, maybe.
We'll get to that.
Right. Or maybe they'll be besties.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe they can longboard together. And then that leads us to Virginia and Devin. And oh my God, I was so shocked. I thought Virginia was going to do it. I thought she was going to do it.
What I will say is if production did nothing else right this season, they snapped on the order of the weddings. Like they did that because we knew that the last couple was going to get married, but the way that they decided the order of everyone else, they snapped. Because yes, each time like I was a little more shocked. Literally, I was like, okay, but that makes sense. And then I was like, what? So yes, they ate that up. But yes, Virginia also chose herself.
And she looked so good.
She looked good. She looked so gorgeous.
She looked so
without
pretty.
The sparkle shadow. She is a 10 out of 10.
You called it. Her.
Yes, no, she looked absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous. I was like actually in shock.
Yeah, and there's a lot that I want to get into with
I saw people in that wedding that I knew.
Really?
In the audience. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
I was like, I went to school in the same district as you.
Oh
like,
my gosh. Did you know the venue? Did you recognize the wedding?
I have no idea where it was.
So cute.
No, I don't know where it was at.
Well, the one thing, just random observation before we get into the altar, like, Virginia and her family are shitting on Devin and their family. Like, no shade, but when Devin's mom and that little girl came in, I was like, and the sister, you didn't even try. Like, y'all didn't even try.
That is them trying. That is them trying. Like,
I was so sick. I literally was like, there goes Peppa Pig in them. Like, in my head, that's what I was thinking. Like, you even got the baby looking crazy. Like,
I'm surprised the pig wasn't in the wedding.
And then I peeped. As I was thinking this in my head, I looked over at Virginia's sister, or maybe that's her cousin.
That's her friend.
Her friend. Mm-hmm. And she was looking at them the way I was looking at them, like, damn, like, these are the in-laws? Like, yikes. So, and then for her, yeah. So that was my...
boohoo crying for real.
Yeah, so that was my first thought, like, my big thought of their part. Was there any conversation leading up to the aisle that, like, stuck out to you or that you...
Yeah, well, like, Virginia in her, like, bridal quarter and, like, all of Devin's family coming in and, like, saying, oh, we're so excited to welcome you into the family. Like, they spoke for a long time, and Virginia the whole time. Like, she knew she was saying no at that point. So she's sitting there, like, thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Right, literally.
Like, how awkward would that situation be? You know you're saying no at that point.
Well, she made it seem like she didn't know until the last second, so maybe she didn't.
But the issues maybe she didn't, but the issues that she stated were things that she knew going into it. That didn't change at the wedding day.
You're right.
So that would just be so uncomfortable.
And she did seem kind of smug, like, even when they were like, what do you think Devin's going to think? She was like, he'll be happy. Like, she did not, like... So maybe she did know. You're right. But yeah, that's got to be really awkward because I think that, obviously, I mean, Devin's mom took it the hardest out of anyone on the show. Like, to be honest, I've never even seen anybody at the altar boo-hoo cry like Devin's mom. So obviously, I think that...
this season.
Minnesota moms. That should be our next segment. But yeah, I think that, like, that had to be really hard for her mom to, like, sit in her face and talk to her right before the ceremony like that for all that time. It seemed like all that time. Just for her to say no. Yeah. I would not, as Devin's mom, which they got a lot of issues we'll get into, but as Devin's mom, I would not even, like, approve of them trying to make it work again. Because I would feel like you played in my face. You played in his face.
If it's your kid, you brought all these people in here just to say no. I know it's the experiment, but you still did this to my son. Yeah, I would feel some type of way too. So I'm like that. I can get past. Yeah. What stood out to me, and I still was so shocked, the vows that they say to each other. Why are you guys saying such nice things? Like, making it sound like you want to spend the rest of your life together, best friends. She said that in her vows, didn't she? Yeah. And then said no? What do you mean? Why are they doing that? That's for TV. But
for TV, for sure. I think they had to write, like, you know, producers would probably, like, write the vows that you would write to your special someone, regardless of what your answer is going to be. And I do think that, like, two things can be true. I mean, have you ever loved someone that you knew you did not want to be with? Because I have. Mm-hmm. So, not to that extreme. Like, you know, we weren't at the altar, but, yeah, I have felt that way. So, I don't know. But getting into it, Virginia said no. I'm so happy she did. Mm-hmm. Love this for her. Mm-hmm. What do you think? We both thought that... I think I put them as a maybe. And you said you thought they would say yes.
I did think Virginia was going to go through with it for sure. I knew Devin would because that was, like, his meal ticket. So I knew he would, and I thought she would because she kind of could see the future and how it would look like with Park Center and da-da-da-da. But I'm very happy that she stood on business and said no because I don't think that he's a good fit for her. Like, seeing what type of woman she is and how open-minded she is and how she had to keep pulling things out of him and she was trying to protect him so much about having hard conversations. Like, no. Yeah. You should have a partner that you're in a line with. I can't. Now seeing this, I know for certain I could never date somebody who does not share those same, like, every same value. Yeah. I just can't.
Yeah, and that has always been my mindset because it's like, now, there's been some people that were questionable for other reasons, but those things, they have to align. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And again, it's not like you're casually dating this person. You're marrying them. So, yeah, let's get into Devin's reaction.
Yeah, what were your first thoughts?
Girl, I was looking for the tears. Yeah. Because he kept, and then he would come back up and, like, he never wiped. I was looking, and, you know, my TV's kind of small. I even remember, like, rewinding once. Like, wait, is he crying? No. You must have took theater when you went to Park Center.
That's a Pisces man.
Because, I didn't see, and I also want to talk about, so, yeah, I'll get to that, sorry. But, yes, I didn't feel any real emotion from Devin. Now, his mom... That was real. That lady was sobbing. You would think she lost her son.
The
like
sister. Oh, like the slow-mo cam. She's like,
the drama. But like you said earlier, this season, they're all a little slow. So I think that maybe, it hit them harder.
It did. And they thought it was going to actually work out.
Sure.
So I get that. Mm-hmm. The part that was crazy was having the niece. What's happening? And then
she
dad
said no.
Like, why did you say that?
No, that was
why
crazy.
Did you say that?
And it was the longest pause too after she asked. Like he was
happened?
really thinking, like, what should I say? She said no.
Oh my god. Oh
With
my
a
god.
straight face.
And I was like, and they really waited till the last episode to bring this girl on. They showed Devin throwing her in the air. Like I was like, oh my god.
Not a token black in the family. Yeah. Because they should have shown her before the pig. I know that much.
Oh my god,
what?
Yeah,
why did we meet the pig before the little black girl?
That is so true.
But that would have just brought more like energy to the season, honestly, because kids are funny as fuck. Like having her with that random commentary, that would have eaten. Even like, what's a prenup? Like if she was there, that would have been funny. So yeah, I love her.
Yeah. Sorry for the trauma that probably caused you.
Definitely my favorite person in their family from what I've observed is her.
Oh yeah.
Second is the pig, which isn't saying much.
No. The friend getting, like, the friends were like, trust your heart, pray to God. Like, I wish they would have been like, say no. Like, said more literally. In the beginning, because I wanted to know that going into it, that they did not support that.
Yes.
Because the stuff that came out afterwards, we didn't know that going into the ceremony. Like, the friends seemed like they supported it.
Yeah, You're talking about Virginia's friends?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, your friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did, but it's her. The person who's been going ham online, though, is her sister. So I wonder,
that's her friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's her friend.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they look similar, but no, that's her.
Okay.
Or maybe. I could be wrong, actually. I'm pretty sure that's just
my
her
sister,
friend.
but we call her our sisters.
Whatever.
Friend, so.
Whoever that girl is.
Right.
Yeah.
10 toes down. She's
yeah. Oh, wait. The dad. Virginia's dad hugging Devin after and saying, "You're a good guy, I'm sorry." I did not like that.
I didn't either, but him saying, "I'm disappointed as well." Like, it's one thing to hug Devin and walk away, but for him to be like, "I'm disappointed as well."
Yeah.
Like, that gave me the ick. Like, why are you kissing his ass?
Your daughter would be paying for his debt and all his shoe collection. Like, that is so real. That really is what the issue she would be marrying into.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that was annoying to me.
So that was lame. And then did you hear, like, I don't know if it was Devin's family or friends, but they were like, "What's wrong with these girls?"
Yes!
Like, oh, y'all want to talk shit? Like, I feel like if Devin had a different type of family, there might have been a fight. Because they seemed pissed, livid. Mm-hmm. They were more upset than him, like I said.
They're conservative, so they think women should just abide by thy husband.
They're like, if the man is saying yes,
that's
what
how
else is there
I
to
truly,
talk
and
about?
that's why I'm like, good. I'm so glad y'all walked away. Good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, our next beautiful couple.
Wait, I have a little bit more on Virginia. Did you hear her also say, she brought up Devin getting a check and not telling her?
Yeah.
And then she also said their sex life was not where it needed to be.
I did.
I want to know what she meant by that.
Devin's not laying it down, and I'm not surprised.
Oh, me either. But what if they never even had sex?
They might. Well, apparently Monica and Joey didn't either, and no, Sarah and Ben did. But
Daniel and Taylor either, which... Didn't. I know. Literally, I put in my notes, I know Daniel can't fuck. So I hope that they're the type that they're going to stay together regardless. So they're going to have to make it work. But I just know he can't fuck. Yeah. I'm positive.
No. And so, Devin, that's so embarrassing for you.
Yeah.
There were rumors going around that Devin had a girlfriend going into this. I saw that on TikTok. We should have talked
about that on
on Trend Chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I never found the information about it, so I can't follow up. But I wonder if that's true.
Yeah, maybe.
Anything else about... our favorite season villain?
Yes, I'm done with the villains and the bald spots. Yes. Let's get into the only successful couple on Love is Blind Season 8.
Taylor and Daniel.
A beautiful love story. Yeah. I was not a fan at first. Mm-hmm. I did not think Taylor liked Daniel, but they have grown on me so much.
Oh, yeah.
And they just are your stereotypical, like, Midwest couple who like truly fall in love with each other and are going to make it work.
I agree.
And I love it for them.
No, they're very cute, and I'm happy for Taylor because I think Daniel will treat her like a princess and like allow her to be herself without makeup on and all the things that she feels pressured to because of her mom. I feel like Daniel's going to be a very sweet companion to her. So I hope it works out. I think it will work out.
It will.
And there's nothing really to note about that wedding besides it was expected.
No, it was cute. My only thing is I'm nervous that they said they hadn't had sex. Mm-hmm. Because even like after they got married, he was like, high five. I'm like, oh God, like she's going to have to teach him some things. I just assume. But
does she give Broy energy too, though?
Not as bad as him.
I mean, I feel like maybe he's responding because she gives like bro energy off. Like they had poop code words when they were in Honduras. Like she seems like she's just more like jokey.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Wouldn't work for me, but
right. I hope that it works out. Like I still have a little bit there. I'm like, but yeah, no, beautiful wedding. She looked beautiful. He's growing the little facial hair out. He's starting to look cute. One thing that made me giggle when she was like, he's a 10 out of 10 on the outside. I said, all right,
well, if she thinks so,
love is blind. Love is blind.
Yes,
that's very true.
You think so?
Yeah, and so yeah, overall, I mean, they had a beautiful wedding. We knew they'd say yes. They're really cute together. I love their energy. Even the joke they made about like basically having sex now that they're married, like that was funny. So yeah, cheers to them.
Yes. One thing I did remember is when Taylor was saying her vows, I don't remember what she said, but she said something like super like dramatic, like, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Like something just super dramatic. And then the mom, like Daniel's mom, turned and like looked at somebody during it.
Oh,
I was like,
really?
I wonder what's that about. But I have no, that's all I had. I had to just put that out there.
Okay. Yeah, that's all that I have. And then I am like over nitpicking out over Taylor's mom now that you pointed out that she like points out all her flaws and just makes her feel small. But even when she walked in, she was like, it's all about me. Did you hear her say that?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
did she say that?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, ew, you're right. Like, because I had noticed because that's my norm with my mom. But now that I know, like, you know, now that you pointed that out, I'm like, ooh, she's kind of ick.
I cannot unsee it. No, I remember. I'm so glad that you brought that up. I would have been so mad at home if I remembered that.
Yes, because that was crazy.
That means other people in her life make a joke about it because other people notice. So now she's like, oh, I'm leaning into this joke. No, change.
Yeah, immediately.
Make a change, get
Lean
therapy
out.
and change.
Yeah, immediately, quickly. Lean back. Like, huh? Yeah, chill out. Yeah, I agree.
At first, I forgot her dad was sick, and he was like, I didn't know if I was going to be here. And I was like...
Yeah, I didn't know how dramatic... Well, I remembered he was sick, but I was like, damn, how sick were you?
I forgot, because I was like, did he not approve? But then I remembered he was sick,
like, he must have been on his deathbed for them to say that.
Yeah.
Why would you go on a show if your dad's on his... Well, you know,
I remember that was a concern in the beginning.
I do remember.
She found her man, that's why.
Yeah, right, my man. But yeah, that's all I have.
Who's gonna
spin the block? No. So let's start with...
I almost said Emma. Emma, there's not an Emma.
Why are we struggling?
Well, we both
okay. And we are not drinking wine.
Yeah,
I want y'all to know.
Surprisingly.
Like, this is Gatorade.
This is Bubbler.
On. Yeah, so I don't know what's wrong with this.
Antioxidant.
But,
Sarah and Ben. I think Sarah will go back, but I don't think she'll stay.
I don't think either. I don't think she'll spin the block.
I hope.
If you remember, he was like, well, maybe we can try dating. And she was like, I don't know about that.
That's
so true. I don't think she will. I think, though, but do I think Ben will try to spin the block? Hell yes. Men always come back. Duh.
They do.
All right, next, Monica and Joey.
Yeah.
I don't even think they wanted to spin the block.
In the first
And they never had sex, right?
No. They said intimacy was an issue.
Yeah, they don't, neither of them want, well, Joey for sure doesn't want to spin. And I don't think that she will.
So sad. I'm going to say yes because I'm hopeful. I think maybe the pressure of the cameras, like, and each other just trying to, like, read each other and say who's going to say I love you first and show that they want each other was stressing them out. So maybe without the pressure, they will work out.
Maybe, perhaps.
And then we have Virginia and Devin.
Fuck no.
No. The way she's trashing that man on the internet
There's
right
just
now.
no chance.
Nope. No, and Devin hasn't said anything.
Silent. And he's not even trying. He's fighting back like a Republican online. Like, literally. And I mean, like, not the Republicans that are, like, they think they're always right, but, like, the ones that are dumb and illiterate. I want to be clear, because there's two different types. Like, people are talking about his outfit, for instance, with the reunion, which I know we'll get to that. And his comments fighting back are so just, like, I know you are, but what am I? Like, literally, very much like...
Like, okay, bro.
I'm 8 years old. But... Let's get into the reunion. So what I did not like is that the trailer was only 1 minute. I'm like, y'all couldn't give us more.
I know, but that's probably...
That leads me to believe that it's going to be boring, so I'm really sick about it. But yeah.
And I also think it's going to be boring because they dropped it so quick.
Well, I always wonder if they dropped it so quick because there's, like, little to no anticipation leading up to the season. So maybe they're scared that, like, if they wait too long, people won't even watch it. Because this season was the worst season of Love is Blind. Unfortunately.
That's so
like
sad.
by a landslide.
At least we brought joy to it.
Yeah. Tune in. So yeah, what did you think about the 1 minute trailer though for the reunion?
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. It looks entertaining enough to watch. There's some questions that I want answered. I want Devin and Virginia to get at it. I want Virginia to read Devin to filth. I really do. I want Sarah to read Ben to filth. I want Monica and Joey to have some type of resolution. Like, what's going on? And I want Lauren, who looked so good.
She looked the fuck
No,
this is how I've always seen her. I think she's so gorgeous. Like, I've always felt that way about her.
I don't think she's ugly, but
yeah,
I didn't get the hype you were giving.
Yeah,
but in this,
she
I
ate
was
it
like,
up.
no,
I want to see...
She looks
David?
good.
What's her guy's name?
David, yeah.
Oh, good. I did it right.
Good job,
I want to see
finally.
David's... Right, literally. I want to see David's sister. I need to see... Like,
Bring
I want them
her
to bring her
out.
out. Literally. Bring her out.
Or just do like a sisters takeover. Just do a spin-off with all the sisters because they're the real ones.
I think that's a great idea.
Season.
Literally. No,
like
seriously.
Sarah's sister and her girlfriend. I want Virginia's friend, sister, whoever she is. I want
what's her name?
Monica's mean-ass sister in there.
Yep.
Lauren's mom, you can come into, or Taylor's mom.
Yeah, you can come into. I would love that. I think that's an excellent idea.
Sister spinoff. But yeah, that would be a funny segment. There's a lot of things I think they could get into it, but let's see how Nick and his wife do. What's her name?
Also,
Vanessa.
Sorry. No, you're fine. Also, Nick is aging like old milk.
Because
he's
so
not
fine.
even 50.
Ooh, 98 degrees.
Oh my god,
baby.
he looks like a president.
It's
and
getting
that is
49
an insult.
degrees.
49 degrees Celsius, bitch. Like, yeah, he's not aging well at all, but
oh my god,
you know, they're doing something right. But anyways, yeah, I'm excited for the reunion. I hope it gives. I did see on some of the girls' stories that women from past seasons were making TikToks with them.
I did.
So that
see
was
that's
cool.
Cute. Support.
All the girls looked gorgeous. All the guys looked crazy. Except for our boo Daniel. He's glowing up. He's got the baddie effect. Like, Taylor is, like, rubbing off on him.
And I love that for him. Daniel looked good, okay. But Devin, I knew what he was going for, but it didn't come through.
I didn't know what he was going for.
If somebody was fine, they could have pulled that off.
Yeah, if somebody's fine, they can pull anything off. That's not saying much, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, I think it was a high fashion moment that did not land, and he was trying to, in his picture, he did the side by side, and people were like, that looks the same.
This girl's like, this is the hardest spot the difference I've ever seen.
He said, it's the pose. I'm like, your hands is what's throwing
It's literally
this
you,
off.
bro. But yeah, overall,
man.
let's rate the season. Okay, so if you had to rate the season 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
A 6. Because I liked the social issues that it touched on. I loved the women standing on business. And I love that it was in Minnesota. That aspect was cool. But when it came to the drama and, like, the good-looking men, that lacked. So, yeah, I'd say 6. And that's kind of generous.
Yeah, I would say 6 as well, actually. For the same reasons as you. I think because it was home and because we did our 2 cents around it, it made it more enjoyable. But otherwise, it was a snooze fest. I also did, though, the girls really did stand on business. I noticed they upped their music budget.
They sure did.
They snapped with the music. However, they should have taken half of that money and put it towards DEI efforts because there were literally no... Like, there was not much melanin at all. The melanin we saw was little and far and few in between. No Latinx people. Like, nobody. Like, it was all white people and 2 mixed biracial people or light-skinned people.
Or the ones that got cut.
Yeah.
Their storylines were cut.
That didn't give. But, yeah, so I would give it a 6 out of 10 as well. And then, what's the last thing? Oh, and then after watching this full season, do you still think that Love is Blind?
I do think this season did prove to me that it can be blind. I think there's a lot of barriers that you have to overcome once you get past the looks. But I think that if you can put that aside and get to know somebody for who they are and really get to know them, ask them the real questions, make sure you're aligned on everything, love can be blind.
Okay.
It's not easy, though.
Yes.
Like, it's not as realistic as we'd want it to be.
Yes. I think, if anything, I still think that it could, but this season, to me, actually proved that it's, like, even harder to believe. Like, just let alone, none of the couples that made it to the altar, except for one, were even, like, having sex with each other. And to me, that means that their emotional connection wasn't strong enough to take over the physical.
You're so true.
Because there was no type of physical spark between them, except for one couple. So, I don't know. In the past, I've seen couples, like, regardless they get down, they show affection towards each other, even if things don't work out. But I did not see any affectionate couples, except for maybe Sarah and Ben.
Yeah.
And they still didn't work out.
And then that didn't work out because of social issues. This, I have to say this. I don't want to put any negative energy out there towards Taylor and Daniel, but I'm thinking, like, the pressure that her mom put on her, like, we don't get divorced, and, like, her to be perfect. I feel like maybe if she wasn't attracted to Daniel, like you said, you did say that a couple times, she's making it work and making it happen. Yeah.
Which is like the sad story of many like Midwestern girls.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit.
So, yeah.
Maybe it's not.
I hate
it's
to end
not
it like that,
but that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's what this season taught us.
You heard it here first.
This was really fun. I'm excited to do the reunion. It is going to be a little bit later just because of how it rolled out. But don't worry, we are going to give our opinions on that.
Yes.
Just stay tuned.
Yes.
And if you have...
I thought my cup was empty. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh my God.
If you guys have any like fun shows that you think we should cover or any like topics that you want to hear, like we talked about doing Diddy, like that's a huge thing going on. So if you guys have any ideas, let us know. Slide in the DMs, shoot us a message because we definitely want to like do things that are entertaining for other people too.
Of course, and we want to continue to give you our 2 cents.
Yes. Aww.
Bye.
Yay! Bye.